I still think to myself and wonder if this was worth it. For it seems that these days I can't stand still for a moment. I'm sick of drifting.
This is Matt Mason talking to you down here in Scottsdale, Arizona for Heavy Metal Television. I guess it's true what they say in the music industry when it comes to talent, that some's got it, some ain't. But when it comes to that much shorter list of the ones who got it, Native Construct is on that list. How you doing, guys?
Doing well. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So this is Total and I'm totally stoked. Now you guys are a very new band, very young band. Now forgive me if I'm wrong, but is this between the Buried Me, Enslaved, and Intronaut? Would this be the biggest tour you've been on?
Definitely.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, this is our
It's
first
a good one
tour.
It's a real good one to kick it off with. It's like a Prog wet dream. This tour is. Now, I know we're early, and was this like the fourth show, the fifth show, third?
This is like 11th, I think. Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, we're good like third.
Almost halfway through.
All right. Well, how's it going? Is what I'm getting at. How's
It's
the
been
tour
amazing.
going?
It's been so awesome. Like, it's such a great group of guys to be with. Not to mention that, like, I mean, a lot of these, pretty much all of these bands have been idols of ours.
Oh, I bet, man.
Between the Buried and Me is really like the reason that we're doing this music today.
Yeah.
When Miles and I heard Colors in 2007, we were in like 9th grade, and it really inspired us to play prog metal. So being on tour with them now is like the high school dream.
Well then.
High school me inside is just jumping up and down every day.
Well, in high school, you prepare to be very flattered because when I first read about this tour and saw the lineup, I think I got the most excited for you guys.
Yeah, wow, thank you.
I'm just, I don't know, you guys are just,
amazing.
you're like, well, it's like if Pink Floyd and Queen had a baby and then abandoned it, and then like Dream Theater, Opeth, Mike Patton in between the Buried Me, like fought for custody. That's you guys. And then you got your own thing going as well. So yeah. So now, actually, this is a good question. Since you're new to the touring thing, and you've pretty much already answered this question with Between the Buried Me, but I was gonna ask a band that you wish in the future to tour with.
Yeah.
Aside from Between the Buried
Me. Yeah, BT Van was like the one, and we kind of nailed that one pretty early.
That's gotta feel good.
That's
gotta feel real good.
It feels great. God, I mean, there are plenty of bands that I would love to tour. Like you mentioned Mike Patton, that's another like idol of mine.
Oh yeah.
I would love to meet him someday.
As would I.
Anything, yeah, just
Heavy Metal Television, as would I.
Yeah.
But
another one.
So now, a lot of your fans know this story already, but if you, it doesn't have to be long if you don't want to, but tell us a little bit about your formation. You met in music school, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear about that a little bit.
Yeah, so Rob and I actually are from the same hometown in North Carolina. We met each other around 3rd grade, and we've been making music pretty much ever since together. Yeah. So eventually we both decided we wanted to come to the Berklee College of Music, and there we wanted to get a band together. So we just played with a bunch of different people, a bunch of different sounds, a bunch of different music, and eventually just found some people that wanted to do the same stuff as us.
Yeah, like when you first get to Berklee, everyone is overwhelmed with like this new community of musicians. Suddenly, I mean, especially for us, coming from this small town in North Carolina where there was no music. I used to have to drive like an hour and a half just to get to cello lessons every week. I mean, so getting to Berklee it was a whole other world, and we wanted to meet everyone and jam with everyone and experience like this new musical community. And Max was like one of those guys that we came across. He's a couple years younger than us. He's still at Berklee actually, but like we would just play with a bunch of people, and a lot of people coming in and out, and we eventually settled on this like core group. So it became the three of us for a while there, and we spent basically the next 4 years writing our album.
Awesome.
While we were in school. It took us a while to get it out. It finally came out this year in April, Quiet World.
That's awesome.
And now we're playing it live, and it's awesome.
And that kind of segues to my next question. Like, you guys have such a unique sound, and you're kind of what modern prog is all about, and then some. So, did you guys click? Did you disagree on things? Did you fight? More guttural vocal, less guttural vocal, or more cello or keys, or?
It was a pretty pain-free process. Most of the composing we do is actually like one or two people.
It's very solitary.
Yeah.
So there's not much group deliberation that goes on. We sort of just have our individual tracks, and then we'll have someone else take a pass at them. And it's sort of like when someone presents a track, we sort of have some unspoken rule that since it's their track, they sort of get the final say. So there's not much arguing that goes on.
Well, that's good.
Sort of help each other discover their visions.
And we all just kind of happen to have like almost an identical musical development.
Like-minded.
Miles and I mean, growing up together, we were just into the same music for many years. It would get passed down from Miles' brother to Miles, and then it would be passed down to me through Miles, and we would be playing the same music. We played in bands and metal bands and string quartets and everything over the years together. And Max just kind of happened to grow up the same way, playing bass, played upright bass in the orchestra,
That's awesome.
and electric bass in the bands. So.
That's awesome. Now, I know Quiet World is not old at all yet, but do you have any ideas for the future yet? Do you know what's next for you guys?
We have too many ideas. So
Too many ideas. That's not bad. That's better than not having enough.
Yeah.
But the result is that we don't know what's next because we really have to narrow it down a lot.
Yeah. It's a journey.
Yeah. So yeah, we're really excited though. It could be wildly different.
The one thing that we do know is that we don't ever want to do the same thing twice.
Good.
The next album
The key to progressive.
Yeah, it's not going to sound like Quiet World. Like our goal is to really keep innovating on our own sound.
Do you see yourselves getting heavier at all? More growls?
I could see it going in that direction. I could see it going in the complete opposite direction.
Who in the band likes the growls? Is it you or someone else saying you gotta growl? Who's doing that?
It was kind of all of us.
Yeah.
We set out to make like a metal band, and I mean it got really diverse and theatrical and melodic.
Well, this interview is post-show, so I watched the show. I was out there rocking. Sometimes you're rocking it. Other times you got kind of like you're in a lounge, like you Tom Waits or something.
Yeah, we just like doing all kinds of different things. So like the growls were just part of that. Yeah, there isn't like none of us are like metal purists where we want just like a heavy sound all the time.
Yeah.
We kind of all agree on like doing this diverse
You can tell.
of things.
Which actually also segues into a question. Now, we know you guys are music lovers, you're obsessed. From music theory to Berkeley, of all places, the whole thing. So, when it comes to influence on your sound, I would like to know what are some non-music influences that might take a key role into your music, rather that be film, filmmakers, books, imagery, painters.
I will start.
The color of the sky.
I will start. There was definitely a lot of fantasy influence on Quiet World. It's very like fantasy in the sense of classic Prog, kind of like very like surreal and.
And it's got a little Danny Elfman in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's Danny Elfman stuff. I mean, like "Come Hell or High Water," like the idea for that song was kind of like.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite song that you guys.
Yeah, like we really wanted to get like a very like Tim Burton kind of atmosphere on that, like just a weird, like wacky but like dark.
No, I hear it. It's right up.
And fantasy. I mean, there was a lot of like Tolkien influence on like us wanting to create this like fantasy world. We're all big Lord of the Rings fans.
Yeah.
I know Miles has a lot of. Well, I was gonna say Miles has a lot of like non-metal influences that came into this kind of thing, the classical influences too. So I mean, it comes from all over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's no secret you guys are good. How often do you practice either as a band or your instruments individually?
Oh god.
Actually, I don't practice guitar that much.
You just got it down. He just came out playing.
My thing is, I like to focus more on composition, so I'm practicing that a lot more. When it comes time to play live, I'll practice this end a lot, but really only for playing this band live. Like guitar itself is not really my primary passion.
We've been a studio band up until this point. Like this is when we're first starting to play live, so we're still learning.
You guys are nailing it. In fact, during you opened with the song "Mute," and I was videotaping some of that. I zoomed right in on you on that outro guitar solo near the end.
Oh yeah.
Not outro, but near the end.
Yeah.
That's I envy you. Now I'll go ahead and I'll wrap it up here. But you guys are a young prog band doing great. Might you have any advice to other young prog bands? Anything from like don't do it, or like
Definitely
to
don't
tour-
do it.
to
That's
touring.
definitely
Probably
don't
not a
do it.
good
That's
idea.
number one.
First and foremost,
Yeah.
if you are going to do
There are
it,
there are safer things to pursue. I'll say that.
Be doctors and
Do it if
lawyers
you
and
want.
such.
Do it if you have to really want it.
do it if there's nothing else you possibly could ever see yourself doing.
Yeah.
If you are going to do it, it's not going to take off immediately. We've got very lucky, but even in our position now, you'd be surprised how much grinding and hard work it is. It's not like
I bet, yeah.
just because we're on a big tour doesn't mean we've made it. It's still a lot of hard work and it's going to suck for a long time. So if you're going to do it, be
That's
prepared
it. Yeah.
for that.
That's basically it. It sucks for a long time.
Yeah.
It's hard work, but you have to love it. And if you love it, then you're successful. That's the way I see it.
It's awesome. And now, before we sign off, I'm going to ask you guys if you'd be so kind as to autograph your own CD on the camera for me.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. So, go ahead and you're going to take the
Do you have a
booklet
Sharpie
out.
for us?
I do.
Okay, excellent. Because I didn't bring mine.
It's right there on the cover. So when you guys knock Dream Theater out of the rankings, this will be worth something. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I'm here with Native Construct. This is their new album, debut, Quiet World, available now. And I was not promoted to say this in any way. This is one of the best metal albums and prog albums of 2015, bar none.
Thank you so
much,
guys.
man.
Thank you. It was such an honor. Thank you. Thank you
great
very
talking to you,
much.
man.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
From the point of view we did not choose, we are all broken.